If every time you try to beat a player in a match, they pull an Uno reverse on you, in this video I'm going to share with you one skill that will help you succeed 99% of the time. It's a skill that is used by some of the best players out there, and it's a skill that you can count on even if you're an infant in football and you don't have all those flashy sci-fi name skills in your arsenal. It's a concept that is used at the drive-thru, and it's also used in football, and it's created one of the most effective football skills out there. And so today I'm going to explain to you what it is, why is it so effective, and how to train it. To understand how to use the skill, it would help to understand why players are so eager to dribble in the first place. For most amateurs, it's to look skillful, to be a crowd pleaser, and also to have an ego boost. But professional players dribble for a very different reason. Some of the reasons include to attract pressure, to carry the ball forward, and to open up space elsewhere. Now, whether that is done through a rainbow flick, step-overs that look like a dance routine, or the good old body feint, it doesn't really matter. And sure, they're professionals, they'll be able to pull it off. Sometimes. But if you can't even keep the ball up 10 times in a row, doing 100 step-overs is not what I'd recommend. So what is the drive-thru method? Well, at the drive-thru, the concept is simple. You drive to the kiosk, you stop and order, and then you drive to the counter once again, pay the bill, collect your order, and drive off. And the same concept is applied in this skill. Here you pick up the ball, get into a foot race with the opponent before coming to an abrupt stop. This then forces the opponent to also come to an abrupt stop, and when that happens, then you re-accelerate and leave the opponent in the dust. The key that makes this drill so effective is how you stop and how long you stop. If you stop for too long, the defender would be able to reset her feet, and then it would just be another foot race. If you don't stop long enough, the defender won't have to slow down, and therefore you won't gain any advantage. But if you stop, set your foot down for just 1 second, and as the defender slows down, you re-accelerate right at that moment, you would have pulled the skill off to perfection. And when you do stop, you also want to make sure that you face the defender for a split second. This will give the illusion that you want to take the defender on, and therefore it forces the defender to slow down. And you'll also get to see the disbelief on her face when she realizes what you've done to her. But the reason this skill is so effective is because it forces the defender to match your speed. Because the defender is reacting to your movement, it gives you the upper hand to control how they move. So how do you go about training this? Well, for starters, set two cones 30 meters apart. Why 30 meters? Well, because you want to allow yourself to really pick up speed when you're doing this drill. The hypothesis is the higher the speed you train at, the higher the speed you'll be able to execute it at in a game. Then set two cones 1 feet apart vertically at the halfway point. Start at one of the end cones and run all the way to the midpoint. Once the ball crosses the first cone, use the inside or top of your foot to stop the ball in between the two cones. Stop briefly for 1 second, set both your feet down, and then use your other foot to push the ball and accelerate all the way to the end cone. That was technique number 1. For technique numero dos, start at one of the end cones once again and run with the ball to the middle cones. This time, instead of coming to a complete stop, just slow down slightly, shuffle your feet, or maybe even throw a little body feint towards the defender before pushing the ball and running to the other side. Now, since the cones in the center are acting as a defender, sometimes in a match you'll also get the opportunity to beat the opponent and go inside. In this case, when you do reach the middle cone, instead of stopping and then re-accelerating to the other side, stop for a brief second and then push the ball through both those cones, simulating as if you're pushing the ball through the defender's feet. Nothing like a sweet little nutmeg to humble the opposition. Once you've practiced it enough and you're comfortable with the movement, feel free to even add a shot at the end. At the end of the day, the point of dribbling is to beat your opponent and carry the ball forward. And whether that's done through using skills that have a fancy name or just by being a pure pace abuser, it doesn't really matter if you get the job done. And now if you want to learn how to take your shot off so fast that the defender can't react to it, make sure you check out this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you've gained something valuable from this video.